Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And this evening, I have with me the lovely Avana from Avana Intuitive. Hey, Avana.
Hello, how are you?
I am well. And you?
I am well also. I was excited to come here tonight and check in with everybody and check in with you too.
Yeah, me too. Me too, because it's been a while since you and I have done a show together.
That's what I was thinking. It's been a hot minute, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is really nice. Okay, why is hold on, my thing? Okay, I don't need to have any commercials, but okay, this reminds me. Yes, it's a good thing. It's one of the things that I'll mention as I'm kind of doing a little bit of the housekeeping. First and foremost, I would like you to make sure that you go over to Avana's channel and do the like, share, and subscribe. And her information is, if you go down to the description of the video and scroll down under today's date, you'll see her YouTube link. So you can click on that, go over to YouTube and subscribe, share to her channel. So there.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here as well. So, as long as you're doing the share thing and the YouTube thing, you might as well.
Just do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. So the other thing that I wanted to mention is that, YouTube has started, for those of us that have monetized channels, has started inserting advertisements.
Wonderful.
Up until now, I could kind of say, no, put it in the beginning or put it in the end, but don't even have that option. Now YouTube decides when they're going to put ads in.
Are you kidding?
No.
So no. Even with live shows?
Even with live shows, it could be later, whatever. I think, I'm not exactly sure. I just know that they're doing it. So, okay. For those of you, if you're watching in replay and all of a sudden we're in the middle of something and it goes to commercial, not much that I can do about that.
Yeah, but I get it. Yeah, I get it.
It is what it is. And yes, Samantha, it is very annoying. But what can we do?
Right.
What can we do? Yeah. And Sherry, Trancing with Spirit. Hey, Sherry, she says that the adverts are coming in during live streams. And Sherry says, unless you have YouTube Premium. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So there, that's what we have. The other thing that I will ask is, of course, we'll look at your questions. We'll definitely take your questions. If you can, number one, please put them in all caps so that it gets my attention. Number two, be specific, please. I've said this before and I'll say it again. When you say, can I get a message from Spirit? Well, it could be anything. Absolutely anything. And it's hard to hone in on the one thing that you're asking about if you don't tell us what it is that you're asking about. So you may get a reading that doesn't resonate with you at all. So if you're going to ask a question, be very, very specific. And if you're going to ask about someone who has passed, don't give us too much detail, but just give us, I've already started Judy's question, and it's about her friend Dave, who passed December 2022. That's it. That's all we need, right? So, and if we're going to do these readings for you, you should make us work for them. Don't give us too much information.
Right.
We don't mind working for it. It's good. It's fine. So, yeah. And last but not least, I will tell you guys, if you're interested, I do have membership on my channel. So if you're interested in becoming a member, by all means, go to the main page, click on the join button. It will give you some options. It will let you know what it is that I'm offering and for what it is and so on. And then pick one that resonates with you. And there's benefits to being a member. So there. Okay. Any housekeeping on your end, Avana, that you want to bring up?
No, I'm good. I'm here for the ride, so I'm good. But I do agree with being a little more specific, or being specific is very helpful. It really helps me personally to tune into the energy that you're looking for. So
yeah, absolutely. So we, like I say, we don't mind doing that. And so I thought that just to get kind of into things, okay, and see if we can't maybe approach this with a little bit of humor. Can we talk about some of the stuff that's going on in the U.S. House of Representatives and and the Senate? Are we going to start? Is it going to be a case of WWF on steroids, where instead of having to pay to watch it, right, you can just go on C-SPAN and they'll have it there for free?
I hope not, but it seems like that may be what's going on, right? I mean, what was it? Somebody, the one, who was it on the one panel was going to, he was a WWF person, he was going to fight the other guy and stood up, took his wedding band off. I mean,
yeah, that is just, I could not believe it, because you've got this former wrestler talking to and I think he was a union rep. Yes. That was questioned. Yeah. And it's like, okay, you want to go? And it just absolutely reminded me of elementary and junior high school, where it was, bike racks after school, be there.
We really have serious problems that need to be solved in the States here. God bless us, right? We need people really to roll up the sleeves, be aware of the issues, be ready to vote on them, be around to vote on them, have enough integrity to understand, like, really both sides of what's going on, both sides of the aisle, the whole issue. And really, this is just ridiculous to me, that, as living in the States, but it is what it is. And really comes back to one thing that I really like to get out there. If you're here in America, register to vote and vote. Get educated on the issues and vote. And you know what? A lot of times I vote for candidates who maybe are not 100% what I want, but they're 85% of what I want. Or, there's nobody out there exactly like me.
No.
I'm not going to find the person that I feel is perfect, my perfect match. But we have to get out there. That's what changes us, is getting registered to vote, getting educated on the issues, and voting on them. And that's it.
Exactly. And voting up and down the ticket. Everything from your voting for your local dog catcher all the way to president.
Everything. Right. Because what happens
along the way
with local government, that's like the feeder to
county
government, state government, federal level government. So you get in on those lower levels, you get your feet wet, you start to, get a name. And not always. There are people that come out from nowhere and end up, in Congress, and that's no big deal. But it's so important to be really taking part. And you know what? There's so many people, Veterans Day, Memorial Day, that really have given the ultimate sacrifice, really.
Yes.
Defending our right to vote and defending our rights like that. I mean, so
exactly. So not voting is kind of, not voting is like giving them the, what. It's like, so don't bother with a thanks for your sacrifice or thanks for your service if you're not actually going to participate in the service and the sacrifice. So
yes, absolutely. So that's just like I say, that's how I feel about it, but it's no big deal either.
No, I get it. Yeah, right. Samantha says
that's the other issue. I don't mean to cut you off.
No.
a lot of politicians have quit, and here we don't have a lot of good people run because they
Yes.
have to go through like this process of getting elected and this like mudslinging and that. So we have a lot of good people that won't even step up to the plate. You know what I mean? But I'm
Yes.
hoping that changes and people are saying enough's enough. And I was just talking with somebody, or I just saw it actually, somebody posted it on the internet here or on YouTube or something. And you know, accept the things I cannot change. And the sign was, I have to change the things I cannot accept.
Exactly.
Yes, that really resonated with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It
is
totally.
what it is. We got to keep. In fact, it's funny because tomorrow I'm sorry, you know, I'm looking for something on my phone that I can't find it, but it actually listed in one day all the things that happened in Congress, like the fist fighting with everybody. There were like 10
Yes.
things that happened in one day, just the other day, yesterday, maybe
Yeah.
the day before. Unfortunately, I can't find it, but I was going to kind of read some of that or take a look at some of that. But anyway, I don't know where I was here, but
Yeah, it does. It does. If you don't like what's going on, don't sit back and complain. Don't say, well, you know, politicians, one is the same as the other. No, not really.
not really.
Not really. Just, you know, take a look and
Yes.
make sure that you are informed in what's going on and look at people's actions. I can use my words and convince you of anything I want, but look to see if my words match my action.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because yeah.
And also, I'm
Oh,
going to put out there, if anybody is interested in running, you should run.
yes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
I'm always like, they are going to fix it. And then I think, well, who's they? Well, it's me. It's
Yeah.
the people I hang out with, you know?
Totally.
Thank you,
Totally.
Crazy Grateful. She's
Yeah.
like, amen, Avana.
Yeah. And Leah, there really isn't a theme for questions. I just kind of wanted to have a little discussion and bring this up because, yeah, that would kind of get people talking, chatting, and
Yeah.
whatnot. And yes, Samantha says, yeah, putting family first. Whose
Yes.
family?
Well,
Mine
right.
or yours?
Right.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and I don't need a politician. I don't need to know what church you belong to. Frankly, I really don't care. And you know, if you follow a God that is into violence and excluding people, that is not a God that I wish to follow. And if it's not a God I wish to follow, chances are I'm not going to want to follow you either.
Yeah.
So maybe when it comes to that, just zip it. There. Okay. I am done. Passing the soapbox on to somebody else. So yeah, but you know what? There are some good things there. I posted on my channel, and this was on the community tab, and this was something that was on YouTube and I wish I could remember the guy's name, but it is a GOP representative who is talking. I think he's talking to the House, and he is calling out his Republican friends and is saying, tell me one thing that we have done that I can go back to my people with. One thing.
Yeah.
Just one. And I thought, see, it's true. There are good Republicans out there.
Oh my
just
gosh,
like
yeah.
there are bad Democrats out there.
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, I don't want to make it sound like, there are really, really good people that really have stepped up to the plate. They've run a campaign, they're in office, and they are integrity. They know what they're doing, they're moving forward. But then you get these people that are kind of on the fringes that really are holding things back. It is what it is. It's what we need to do to say, this is what provides us. Okay, this is interesting. This is what provides us the contrast to say, how do we want to move forward? Right? Yes. If I like this or I don't like this as we move forward. And I'm hoping too that not only people, of our age, but other younger people say, going forward, I don't want this. I'm not going to vote for this. I'm not going to back this. You know what I mean? But this is,
Yeah.
provides us the contrast to help us create the future that we want. And actually, in some ways, I'm very happy that all of this has kind of come to light in the last few years. I really didn't know all this was simmering to this level
Yeah.
under the surface. I did not know that, and with so many people. So, okay, it's out there. Let's get the light on it. Let's, clear it out, dry it out,
Yeah.
and, and see
That's right. Fix it.
Yeah, fix it. Right.
Now that you know what's broken, fix it.
There you go, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Leah has a really good thing. Interesting. She says, how about talking about our spiritual unfolding, how this is happening for you both, for us?
Sure. I can certainly talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And okay, and she also says, yeah, I'm hoping to find my ability to channel, not sure what modality it will be in.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can certainly talk about that. Here we'll go back to the first question. So yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, my unfolding of my spiritual, I was raised Catholic, and I, went to church and, whatever. And then what happened was about 5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, I just got really, really frustrated and really, like, I just wasn't happy. And
Yes.
there was nothing in my life that made me be unhappy. I just had this feeling like I am unhappy. And I thought, well, what do I want to do? And I didn't know, but I thought, well, I'm going to retire in about 15 years. So then I can start thinking about it. And I realized I can't wait 15 years. Whatever's going to happen, it's got to happen sooner than that.
Yes.
So one morning I was getting ready for work, and I was very unhappy. And I stopped myself and I said, listen, what is going on? Because, you're getting ready for work, but you're in your head. You know what I mean? Talking to yourself.
I do.
And I said, who am I? I'm just going to stop right now. Who am I? And I remember asking myself, what is my essence? What is my essence? What is in my soul? And I heard, I am love. And the minute I said that to myself, I could feel like the weight come off my shoulders, and I can just shine and be who I am, which is light and love and happiness and joy. And that really is what started my spiritual journey, not my religious journey so much, but my spiritual journey. And at that point, I was kind of tuning into YouTube. Wasn't really a big YouTube person or anything like that. Started finding people that I was interested in. And there's so much truth in that saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, right?
Yes.
And I just started. Now, some of the channels I watched maybe resonated for a couple of times, and then they didn't resonate anymore. I mean, that's okay. That's part of that creative process, and what works, what resonates, what that contrast, what direction do I want to go in? So I just continued to follow that, and that kind of got me into actually learning how to do the tarot cards. Okay, I did that. Started my YouTube channel. Then I got interested in reading the Akashic Records. Took classes on that. Love it, right? Been doing that actually with for 2 years now, taking classes and that, just really loving it and taking a real deep dive into all of that. And just allowing all of that to grow. So that's kind of how it unfolded for me. But it started for me with that one essential question: what is my essence? Who am I? Right?
Yeah, I get it. I get it totally. It's funny that, my journey was very, very similar in that, like you say, grew up Catholic, did all the Catholic things that you're supposed to. My family was never, go to church every Sunday, that kind of. It was like, you're Catholic because you were baptized Catholic, and that's it. So, we would go to church on Christmas or Easter, that kind of thing, right? And okay, if we have any moderators in here, if you could please take Paola Berlinski out, and she could be on yours. I don't see her on mine yet. No? Okay. Patricia? Patricia, you're going to get your wish. Where are we? Why can't I see the chat in here? And can I do it from here? No, I can't do it from here. But there we go. Okay. All right. Just bear with me while I do this. Yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Yeah, she's gone. So, yeah. Let me see if I can get back in and see the chat. And then I can make a few of you that aren't moderators. And yeah, this is where the advertising comes in, and I have to wait until, okay, here we go. Patricia is add as moderator. There you are. You are now a moderator, Patricia. Who else would like to be a moderator? As long as I have this up, just let me know and you're in. Yeah. And then I can go back to my story. Okay. All right. Well, at least, yeah, you're in there. So you should have a wrench by your name now. And okay, Judith, congratulations. You're a moderator. Use the power wisely. Okay. All right. That should do it. And Sherry, I thought you were, but maybe you're not. You will be. Sherry, you are now a moderator. Yay! All right. So back to what I was saying. Yeah. So yeah, we didn't attend church regularly, but you know, there was the belief. There was things that were passed down and so on. And I remember I was probably maybe 9 or 10. We had actually it wasn't too long since we had moved to Canada from Croatia when it was the former Yugoslavia. And it was during Christmas, and I was at church. And the priest was giving a sermon that I didn't really understand, but the gist of it was, why are we celebrating the birth of Christ when he's dead? And it was, to me, that was like a knife in the heart. And I know that the discussion, the message that he was bringing was probably a lot more valuable at the time. But as a child, all I heard was, you're celebrating the birth of someone who's dead. So fast forward a number of years, and I'm into, I'm picking up a deck of cards and I'm doing readings for my friends. I have no idea where this information is coming from. I'm just doing readings for my friends. And as I was doing that, I was learning more things. I happened to marry a man who was very, very unsettled with my talents, and would point out to people if I was doing a reading for them that, you know, be careful, she's a witch. So that was the second wound in the heart. So yeah, so I put it away for a long time. And then about 5 or 6 years ago, same thing. It's not that I couldn't point out to you why I was unhappy.
Right.
It just, you know, I had a roof over my head. I had a job. I had everything that most people would want. So why am I not dancing in the streets? Why am I feeling like there's something missing? And at that point, I made some very, very difficult life decisions. And there was people that I had to cut out of my life. But at the same time that I cut them out of my life, that's when my abilities seemed to get stronger. And the messages that I was getting from Spirit was more in terms of trust yourself,
Yeah.
trust yourself. Know that um, I'm here for you. Whatever you need, I'm here to provide. So I got back into the tarot reading, and I kind of got a hit one day, and it said, "Make your own tarot deck." And I went, "No, I'm not an artist." Like, no.
Right.
But it just kept coming up and coming up and coming up until finally I got to the point that I turned into a very petulant little girl, and I said, "Fine, fine, I'll do it. And it'll be ugly and crappy and it won't work. But then at least I can say I did it and I never have to hear about it again."
Right.
So I did. I got some blank cards and I got some Sharpies, and I thought, fine, I'll just put whatever on there. Well, turns out Spirit knew what they were doing, because that's the deck that I use specifically when I'm doing personal readings. And yeah, I don't use it on the channel. It's just specifically for private personal readings, because they tell me a story. I can look at the cards and they just,
Yes,
yeah,
I
they
love
tell me a story.
Yeah.
And at the more that I got into that, and into kind of letting Spirit more control things without me consciously thinking about it, all of a sudden I'm happier.
Yes.
All of a sudden, I have spent years trying to lose weight. All of a sudden, the weight is falling off. It's like, what happened? What happened is I'm happy.
Yes.
What happened is I'm happy. So, yeah, I think that when we give into to our abilities and we take ownership of them, and we say, yes, this is what I can do. This is what I'm doing. This is how I am serving the universe, by, yeah, getting on here, delivering the messages that whatever I get, that I can share with others.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, Leah says, did it run in your families? My grandmother on my mother's side, yeah, was very, very psychic. She didn't say a lot, but she knew an awful lot. And she was very quiet about it, because that was in the day and time when you didn't talk about that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah.
My grandmother on my mother's side, for sure.
Yes.
But we didn't grow up talking a lot about this stuff.
No.
So I wouldn't really know if there was more going on. You know what I mean? Because like you said, it was just something that nobody really talked. Well, in my family, something nobody really talked about.
No, because there was certain judgment and connotation that went with it.
Yes.
And you didn't.
And like immediate. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, it was okay when I lived in Yugoslavia. One of the things that would happen on a fairly regular basis is you'd hear the noise, and of pots being hit, pots and pans, and you knew that was the gypsies that were coming down the street. And while nobody would ever admit that they had gotten a reading from the gypsy,
Yes, right.
everybody had a pot that needed to be fixed.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, you would invite them in. The guy who was fixing the pot would be outside. His wife and the kids would be in the house, and someone would make coffee, and it just, let me take a look at your coffee cup, right? So everybody knew that was the dance.
Yes, I love
But
that.
no, yeah, but nobody came out and said that. So it was, in that way, it was very, very interesting. And thank you, Leah. That's very kind of you. Yeah. So yeah, I did the same thing. The next message sort of that I got was to, yeah, get on YouTube. And again, I said, I know nothing about nothing, man. Like, no, I did. No. Took a leap of faith and did it, and just watched as things
Yeah.
grew.
Yeah.
And the more that I practiced, the more information that I got.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Yeah. In fact, that's funny because it was in 2021 in December of like, I was kind of thinking about going onto YouTube, really had no idea how to do it. I mean, I was kind of like reading some stuff
yeah,
or whatever, getting my feet wet. It was December 27th. And I remember hearing very clearly, you were going to post a video on YouTube on January 1st. Like, who, what, me, what? I don't even know
who
what
you
to do.
talking
Yeah,
to?
who just said that? And I sat down at my kitchen table for the next 2 days and just did a deep dive on how to get this video out. And like on the 29th, I recorded it to post
Yeah,
on January 1st, and I started crying. I burst into tears. I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do.
yeah. You don't understand. The spirit said. Yeah,
And that was, so it's been
absolutely.
almost 2 years that I've been on YouTube now.
Yeah,
So I'm like, okay, that works. And it's funny, you told that story about the church thing. And this happened to me,
yeah,
probably, I know I was in my early 20s. And talking about like the sermon in a church, it's so funny
yes,
because me and my sister, I was in my early 20s. My sister must have been like 19 or 20. And we were walking home from church one Sunday in the summertime. And my sister said to my dad, Dad, I didn't understand the homily. And the homily is after they read like the gospel, then they kind of explain it. Okay.
yeah,
And I'll never forget, he's like, well, what is there to understand? It's all about love. And then they kept walking and talking about it. And I just shot into the stratosphere because I was like, whoa, that's true. It is. That's all it is about love, right?
yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
still remember that. And it was just, for me, it was just one of those moments, you know.
Absolutely. And you know that they're relevant moments because here it is years later, and you
30
can,
plus years later, and I
yeah, and you
can tell
think
you
about it
all about
and you
it.
get that same feeling. It's like
Yes,
you're right back
I
there.
am right there on that walk. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. So, you guys, yeah, Sherry is absolutely right. It's amazing where we end up
Yes.
when we're willing to be led instead of being in control. And no, this is how I'm going to do things, and this is the only acceptable way to do it, and there are no other ways. It's like
Absolutely.
swimming upstream all the time,
Keep it
right?
easy on yourself, right? Flow
Yeah,
downstream. Just go with the flow, you know? I mean, you don't want to go with the flow so much that you're a dead fish, okay? But still
yeah,
go with the flow and do your own creative work as you're doing that.
yeah,
Make it easy on keep it easy on yourself, and just move with it.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, to go back all the way around to what Leah was saying about her channeling, take it slow, have faith in what you're being given, right? Know that you are not going to wake up tomorrow morning and know everything, right? It's not going to happen. It's in the spirit feeds you in little bits and pieces of what you can handle, how much you can handle, when you can handle it,
Absolutely.
right? Otherwise, it can be just overwhelming. So little bites. Trust yourself.
Yes.
Whatever is, if something is coming to you and you're talking to someone and you get a feeling, or you hear your own voice in your head, tell them about the purple shirt, and your ego goes, no, I ain't saying nothing about
Yeah.
that. No, I didn't know.
At first I'm like,
I ain't
no.
crazy.
I don't see any purple shirt.
Yeah. And then you say to yourself, no, go with it.
Yep.
And you say to your friend, okay, this is weird. I just got a message that I'm supposed to ask you about the purple shirt.
Yeah.
Does that mean anything? And you'd be surprised when they go, I was going to wear a purple shirt today, and I decided not to.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the universe saying, see, you're on the right track. Just little bits, little morsels. And it won't be long before you'll find the one thing that really, really resonates with you, and that you can say, okay, this is what I do.
Not only that, for me, I found that find people that channel how you like to channel, see if they offer classes.
Yes.
Or, you know, say if they do some type of mentoring or something. I've taken a lot of classes, probably more than I should take, but I just enjoy it. And they give you the tips and how they learned or how they did it or what they do and their process. So it might, you know, that might help too.
Yep, exactly. Just trust yourself, and don't be afraid to whatever title you want to give yourself. Don't be afraid to own it.
Yes.
Right. So
I agree.
Yeah. If you're a tarot reader, never approach someone and when they say, what do you do? Go, yeah, you're going to laugh when I tell you about,
right.
I read tarot, because that diminishes you in your own eyes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So explain what you do the same way that you would if someone said to you, if you were working, whatever. So what is it that you do? Oh, I'm VP of sales for XYZ Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm managing director for such and such. Absolutely.
Yep.
So what is it that you do? I'm a tarot reader.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And if there is any kind of judgment there, that judgment is from that side, not from you.
Yep.
Yeah. And Leah says, I have lots of knowing. I used to find my ex in random bars in record speed. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Now you know. Now you can say, nope, not doing that. Yeah. So thank you for asking the question. That was really, really nice. And it's nice to be able to explain it, even though sometimes we may have done it before, you know, but it's nice to go back and explain it again, because there's always more knowledge that comes in with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Yes, Sherry, we do. We all have talents. Okay. Do you want to go to some questions?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, then we'll go with the first one that came in, and that was Judy. And she said, if you're taking personal questions, I'd like to know if my friend Dave, who passed December 2nd, 2022, has a message for me. Yes. Yes, he does. He wants you to keep going. He wants you to keep going. And he's telling me to tell you that, yeah, you have always had this knowing. You have always had this ability. You have always, you know, you spoke to him, you kind of guided him, you gave him little tidbits of advice that he always wondered how you knew. But then, you know, he would go with it, and he learned to trust what you were telling him. So what he said was, why do you not believe yourself now? Why do you question yourself now? So yeah, believe in your abilities. He's also saying something about a scarf, and I don't know if it was something that he gave you or something that you gave him, but he's pointing to the scarf and the fact that he's really he's enjoying it. So it could be something that you something that the two of you did together, but it's with the scarf. He's really enjoying the scarf.
I love that. Yeah, I got an image of a lit candle, and it's funny because what Marina said, that you often lit the way for him, and he said that he is now lighting the way for you. Just, you know,
full body shivers. Yeah. Absolutely. And no, Leah, I have been asked several times if I was going to market my deck. And no, at this point, I can, because it came from the heart, because I felt it was so spirit driven. It is something that I cherish. I look at it as a gift from spirit, and it's not one that I'm willing to share. I'm very selfish about it. I may at some point put together another deck that will be for marketing, but for now, yeah, it's just, it means too much.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just means too much.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Okay. And Patricia says, do you see me living in the right apartment that feels good to me in December? December, January, February. I don't know if it's going to feel good to you. I think that you're, hey, Kathy Parsons, and hello to everyone that's in here. I usually go by and I call everyone by name, and this time I didn't, and we're 41 minutes in, but you know who you are. Thank you for being here.
We got into a deep conversation.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah.
Patricia, what I got, I actually pulled a card and I got ballerina for you, which I think is kind of appropriate for you, apropos, but it says discipline, gracefulness, elegance, strong focus required, practice, and perfection. Yes, I got the feeling that if you want to get into this apartment or whatever in the next few months, it's fine, but it's going to take strong discipline, really making sure that you are out there, hitting the pavement, finding what you want. Is it possible? It absolutely is, but it's not going to fall into your lap. The one line that says strong focus required, that's, you have your work cut out for you. But yes, is it a possibility? It absolutely is. And is it out there? It absolutely is.
Yeah. And don't forget too, the intention that you put into the new place is going to have a lot to do with it, right?
Yes.
If you have no choice and you have to move, you can say, I am blessed. I found a lovely apartment. It's sunny. It's gorgeous. It's great. Good location. The bus stop is not too far away. Think of all the things that are positive. And then when you move in, you're going to feel very positive about the place.
Yes.
If on the other hand, you approach it and you say, oh God, I hate this. It's going to feel awful. Every time you walk in the door, it's going to be like,
Yes, I love that. Setting that positive intention, like every day about it. I'm already living in this beautiful apartment that I love with all the sunlight or whatever, and just every day thinking about that beautiful apartment, how you want it to look inside and outside, and do you need a bus stop, whatever. Watching that movie in your mind and just then manifesting that.
Yeah. And the card that I got for you was, yes, you got it.
I love it.
Yeah, this is from Fortune Telling Cards deck, which, as a joke, I picked up at Winners, which is like your TJ Maxx. I was at the checkout, and they had this, and they had another deck, and I thought, oh well, just that this will be great for those Christmas gifts. That I really like it. I really, really like it. So there you go. Yeah. And Leah says, will you sponsor me to move to Canada? I can be your private chef. Hey. Somebody please take a screenshot. Yeah, absolutely. So I hope that helped, Tricia. Okay. And Sherry would like to know, is there a message from her mom, Sylvia, who passed away September 15th? Oh. She's got her hands in her pockets. And she's got that look on her face that says, huh,
I see like her
Mama was
standing
right.
like this, or with, like you said, with I actually see
Mama
a,
was right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I see like a navy blue dress, but just like representing like yeah, like I'm standing my ground on this issue, and you know what I
Yeah.
mean, like not like this, but just standing there strong,
Yeah.
like. And I
Yeah.
see again the word discipline, not to be disciplined, but to
Yeah.
remain disciplined moving forward in whatever you're working on. She's right there with you. There's no doubt. She came through right
Yes.
away.
Yeah.
And
And
strong, she's strong, a very strong woman.
yeah. And she is saying that, Sherry, but she's, yeah, what she said to me was, mom was right. Mom was right. She's not, yeah, she's just kind of, it's like what you're doing is confirming what she has been saying all along. And it's like, I got it right. I got it right. Like, yeah. She's very much enjoying it, and she's very much enjoying the progress that you're making,
Yes.
and yeah, the things that you're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and yeah, as I was thinking to myself, yeah, that's exactly how she's coming across, and kind of being that just that kind of person. And this card fell out. Oh, surely not. Oh, oh, surely you guessed. Yeah,
She
she
sets a
got you.
high standard. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, she got you. Okay. And Sherry says, any messages for me and my family from my mom and dad and brother? Okay.
I'm just seeing, oh, go ahead.
No, no, no.
Okay. I'm just seeing like soft white flower petals, almost like just a soft glow around you, and soft flower petals, white flower petals, just representing like the level of love and innocence and honesty that you actually bring, that they see. Um, go ahead, Marina, too, because I just, like I said, that's the first thing that I got was just these flower petals, these white flower petals.
Yeah, they're your brother says that he recognizes that part of his job while he was here was to kind of look after you. And he's saying, yeah, there were times when he didn't, because he had other things that he wanted to do. And so he kind of wasn't always available when you needed him. And he's just acknowledging that, yeah, okay, so maybe I wasn't the best brother ever, but I did what I could. I did what I could. And yeah, he's just taking responsibility for that. Okay. And yeah, your mom was the stronger of the two parents, in that yeah, she let your dad believe that he was the boss. Yeah, but she ruled the roost. Everybody in the family knew that she was the real boss. But she'd do things like, oh, go ask your dad. Go ask your dad. So you'd have to explain it to your father, and then he would go to her and say, I don't know what to do. And she would tell him, yeah, no, tell him he can't go. That party is too far out of town, and he's not going to be back in time. So yeah, tell him no, he can't go. So your dad would lay down the law, but your mom would make the rules.
I love that.
And yeah, it hasn't changed now that they're on the other
Yes.
side.
Yes, I see like this white, the flower petals like coming down around her,
Yeah.
like as a protective covering.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
I love that.
it's funny how they present excuse me, they will present themselves to us in ways that we understand. that,
Mm-hmm.
there might be something different going on, but they present themselves so that we can say, yeah, okay, that's him, that's her, that's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And oh, thank you, Sherry. Thank you. I think that he'll be glad to know that yeah, you understood that. And so will mom and dad. Yeah, so your mom had a look that, sometimes she would, if you guys did something that she didn't agree with, she had that mom look that if she looked at you with that look, it was like, stop, basta, cut it out. No, now, yeah, yeah,
I
that was
love that.
the look. Yeah, me too. Me too. That's wonderful. I hope that helps, Sherry. Okay. And okay. Crazy Grateful says, will I get a job offer next week?
Let's see.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to say yes. I got this moon card here. I got a yes anyway, and it says intuition, emotions, inner knowledge, and divine feminine. I think that your intuition is leading you to the answer that it's yes. I think you will get a job offer next week.
Uh-huh.
And then it's going to be
Yeah.
up to you using that intuition to decide if you take it.
Okay, thank you. Because yeah, I wasn't quite sure with what I was getting. Because I was getting yes, but no. Yeah, yes, but no.
But no,
Okay.
right,
Yeah. So
exactly.
yes, the job offer will come in. What you need to do is go through the fine print and make sure that everything that was discussed during the interview is actually on the job offer itself.
Yeah.
Because it's like there's something that you have to point out to them and say, we discussed this during the interview, and you mentioned it was this.
Yeah, and
Can
I'm
you,
looking that it might
just
be like the money,
yeah,
some type of like compensation.
yeah, yeah, and whether it's to do with holidays, yeah, and money, it's like don't, yeah, if they come at you and say, well, not everyone starts out at this salary. Usually what we do is we start people off here, and then 3 months from it's funny because I just said this to somebody else a couple hours ago. But we review after 3 months, and after 3 months you'll get here. It's like, yeah, okay, no. How about this?
Yeah, have
We'll
a
start
counter.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, have a counter and say,
and don't be
you know what?
afraid to counter.
No, 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 no. Absolutely. Because you're letting them know that you know your worth,
Yes,
and that you know that my experience, what I bring to the table, is worth this much. Not it I think it's worth that much. Please tell me, because they're going to lowball you every single
every
time.
single time, right? And I just keep seeing the percentage sign. Like there's
Yeah.
something about a percent. They're going to go down a couple percent, or there's some check the percentages on how they calculated things, or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
whatever,
And
I
don't
hope
be
that helps.
surprised if when you ask about it, they'll say, oh, really? Is that what it says? Oh my gosh.
Right.
Hypo.
Yeah.
Hypo.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll have to come back and let
Yes.
us know.
Yes, I would love to know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So let me see. We have got here Valerie Gerlach. She said, my son is an end stage cancer. Oh, who will greet him on the other side? He's got an aunt that really, really took a shine to him. And I think that she's going to be there, and his grandparents are going to be there.
Yeah. I very much see a female presence there. Like you said, an aunt, a grandmother.
Yeah.
Definitely. And they're going to be bathed. I can see them. They have white, like they're presenting to
Yeah.
me with kind of silver hair, but bathed in just golden light.
Yeah. Yeah. And it will be a smooth.
Yes, yes, they just held out their hands. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be smooth
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm got shivers. There's also a pet that is there. There's a small little creature, and I don't know if it's a cat or a small dog, but there's also an animal that is there that is just very joyful, very, you're here, you're here. It's, yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. There you go. I hope that helps, Valerie.
I hope so too.
Yeah. And all right. And Kathy Parsons says, will I be moving in December or January?
Okay, I'm hearing both. Like, you're kind of starting to move into summer, but it's kind of finishing up in January. Does that make sense? I don't know. That's how it presented. Like, you're going to start wrapping things up or packing or doing something. Like, it's going to feel like you're moving for like a couple of weeks, in the sense of, I started packing like third week in December. I'm seeing around the 25th, but I know that is a holiday. That's Christmas here. I don't know where you live, but starting like third or fourth week, starting to pack in that and having that then move into January.
Yeah, they're going to your possession date for the new place will be January 1st, but they're letting you know that the people that are moving out are going to be leaving a few days early. So they're telling you, if you wanted to move in a few days early, we can give you the keys and you can start moving some of your stuff in.
Ooh, I always love that when you can start moving
me too.
a little sooner. Start slowly moving things. I love that.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to wait until the last. And you're welcome, Sherry. You're welcome. Yes. Okay, Kathy Parsons says, it makes sense. I live in Quebec, buying and selling. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. You're going to have a chance to get in there a little earlier. Okay. And our last question here is Gwen Wagner. My son passed away 2 years ago. Is he happy on the other side? He is much freer on the other side. And he's letting you know not to worry about him, that it's okay. He takes responsibility for his passing. He takes responsibility for the way that he left. He knows that there was a good deal of turmoil and upset that happened around his death, that it was not the way that he wanted to go. It was the way that he was contracted to go, if that makes any sense.
He is showing, and for whatever it's worth, he's showing me like he's pushing like a red truck or almost like a toddler pushing a toy, almost saying, remember me in all that innocence and love and just who I really embodied, and that's what I'm doing up here. I'm really just being this level of innocence and childlike innocence. And he's absolutely happy on the other side. And he, of course, is always with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And he did, like I said, he just wants you to know that it's okay. He's okay. He's also telling me those moments where you feel anger and where you're angry at him, he understands that. And he's saying, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be mad at me, Mom, because I know what I did. I know I effed up. So that's what I'm hearing. I hope that it resonates with you, but no, he's doing much better. He's learning an awful lot on the other side. There you go. So I hope that resonates with you, Gwen.
Yeah, me too.
All righty. Well, there we are. We've answered your questions, and thank you so much for being here. thank you for allowing us to
Thank you.
deliver the messages, especially from your loved ones. And
Absolutely. Thank you so
and
much.
so much fun, Avana. It always is.
Yeah, we always have a lot to talk about.
I know. I know. So this is great. So before I let you guys go, don't forget, go over to Avana's channel, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Okay. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Heart Center Tarot as well. Look into a membership if you want to know some of the benefits and whatnot. Yeah. One of the benefits, just to, if I can entice you a little bit, one of the benefits at the highest level is you get a free 15-minute private reading with me every month. Need I say more? There.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah. Yes. It's that what is it? The shameless self-promotion. That's what it is.
Hey, you know what though? Those are always nice because just to be able to ask those really private questions and really get the insight. It's a beautiful time. Yeah. Beautiful 15 minutes. Absolutely.
Wonderful. And Gwen, thank you. I hope, I know you miss him. I know you do. And he's okay. Yeah. All righty. Thank you. Thank you. We'll have to do this again.
I love it. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. It's always enjoy reading with you. All righty, folks. So go enjoy your Friday night. Go have fun. Go do whatever it is that you do on a Friday night. And thank you for spending time with us. I really, really appreciate it.
Yep.
So take care.